To start today, I want you to think about some other sport besides swimming. Let's use basketball, maybe soccer as an example. And if you watch people warm up for that sport, if you watch those athletes warm up, they start with some sort of dynamic movement, then they'll get into some more sport-specific drills, and then they start to ramp up the speed of what they're doing from there. When I watch master swimming, I just see a lot of people hopping into the water. They came from their desk, they came from a busy day, a commute, and they just get in the water and start swimming. And I'll hear this report of, yeah, it takes me about 1,000, 1,500 to warm up. Well, that's 1,000 to 1,500 of your practice that you might be operating with improper form or tension somewhere in your body that's restricting you from getting the most out of your stroke, and you're just creating bad habits. One way you can avoid those bad habits is by doing a little bit of a dynamic warm-up before you get into the water, doing a little bit of activation before you get into the water. So today we're going to look at a few exercises you can do on deck to just get your body prepared and ready to go. I recommend using a towel or a yoga mat just to protect your knees a little bit. You could also do it on a softer surface that you have available as well. And I want you to complete 3 rounds of these exercises. First one we're going to talk about involves going into a quadruped position. Think about knee stacked right under your hips, hands stacked right under your shoulders. It's called thread the needle. All you're going to do is set your head positioning like you would like to see in the water. So none of this, okay? Head down, nice and controlled. Keep that neck in a good position. And then I just want you to reach one hand sky high, rotating up, and then driving that elbow down. As you do this, try to keep your hips relatively still. Try to minimize that movement of the hips so we can really focus on a little rotation through your spine. I want you to complete 8 repetitions on each side. No rush here. Slow and steady. Keep those hips still, rotating nice and controlled. Again, complete 8 reps whenever you get a chance to do this in your warm-up. Next one, I'm just going to face the front here. I want to get that adductor. So if you like breaststroke, make sure those inner thighs are good to go. Hands just go out slightly in front of your mat. Foot goes out to the side. Heel down on the ground so you get a little ankle mobility in. Make sure that inner thigh is already feeling a little bit of a stretch here. Knee is planted wherever it feels comfortable to you. You can always roll up the mat a little bit to add a little bit more cushion there for the knee. Then all you do is rock back. You're going to feel this stretch deepen in your inner thigh here. Pause and hold for a few seconds and back up. Rocking back. Feel that stretch. Pause and hold for a few seconds and back up. I want you to complete 8 repetitions on each side. Really think about lengthening out this leg, keeping this leg as straight as you can to feel that stretch. The rock back just helps deepen it. And then you're out and reset. 8 on each side. Avoid your hips shifting one way more than the other. Try to keep those hips nice and even. Rocking back. And then release. Good. Third one here. Now we want to get your core engagement going. Get those abs turned on, your obliques, transverse abs, so you can hold better position in the water. So again, head positioning, mimicking what I want to see in the water. Knees stacked right under your hips, hands stacked right under your shoulders. You're just going to lift your left arm or right arm up, pause, and hold. Pull that belly button into your spine. As you're holding here for about 10 seconds, I want you to avoid allowing your hips to move. Try to keep everything still. Little 10-second hold and down. Now we'll lift that left arm. Same thing. Lift. Pull that belly button into your spine. Avoid any sort of hip movement side to side. About a 10-second hold and back down. Head positioning, mimicking what you want to in the water. This is just a light core activation here. As you lift the hand, you take away a base of support. So it challenges you to avoid rotation. Toes are engaged with the floor. Be active through your lower body as well. About a 10-second hold on each side. Try to get that arm in line with your ear at the top. Pulling that belly button in, okay? 4 reps, 10-second hold on each side. Now that we're getting a little more active here, let's get down to the floor And I want you to just take a couple of deep breaths. As you do so, press that low back firm to the ground. Get that core turned on a little bit. So abs I'm focusing on right here. A little bit of glute engagement as well. Pressing that low back to the ground. Hands go behind your leg, right where your hamstrings are. And I want you to press your leg into your hands. Straighten it as much as you can. Pause and hold for 3 seconds. And release. So we're lengthening that hamstring out a little bit. Engage the top here. Engage your quads. Big reach. Leg as straight as you can. 3-second hold. And back down. We're going for 8 reps on each side. Really pressing your leg into your hands. Straightening that leg out as much as you can to get that hamstring, a little bit of length there. Okay, one more. Press. Control your breathing. Pressing into the hands, engaging that quad, the top of your leg, and release. Good. Remember, keep that low back anchored, core turned on that whole time. Last one, same position, get that low back pressed, core turned on, little glute engagement, going single arm floor slide. So you can keep your hand resting on your stomach here just so you can feel that you're engaging. Elbow is in contact with the floor. Slide up as far as you can while that elbow remains in contact. Keep it slow here. Feel those tense points. Make sure you keep your breathing nice and steady. And then back down, nice controlled. Drive that elbow down as far as you can. I want 8 reps on each side. Remember, you're doing 3 rounds of these exercises. Don't rush this one. Keep it slow. Keep that elbow in contact. Breathe. Keep that low back anchored as well. By doing this, you just allow your body to get into a little better position before that first stroke. You can maximize your time in the water, help keep some pains, some aches out of the way, and just make the most of the time you have to go swimming.